Okay, sword friends, we're back with another micro sword review, and this one's a little larger than usual because I am going to be reviewing 6 swords all at the same time from a sword maker I haven't done a formal review for yet, the Romance of Men. Romance of Men has been very kind in communicating with me and has sent a whole bunch of swords for review, so we're going to go over them quickly. We have 2 Japanese swords and 4 European swords. All of these swords are in the budget price range. So these are between $200 and $300. And right up front, just because of the price point that they're at, these swords are basically all going to get a nod from me saying, yeah, if you're interested in any of these are going to be a lot of sword bang for your buck. So I'm going to have comments on all of them, but basically the price is at such a good point. If you're interested in any of them, just go ahead and grab one. First one is the Fukio katana. This is a kind of monosteel katana, so no differential hardening. It has been very durable. It survived my instruction with an amateur swordsman and bonking into the stand out back. Feels real good. Looks very pretty. All nicely tucked in and executed. The katana community tends to be a little bit more fussy than I am as a general sword collector. So I'm sure that they could find flaws with things, but even in the kind of $200 price category, I think that this katana does a lot of things right, and so I'm very happy with it, especially with the way that the tsuba is done. Came nice and sharp, doesn't have a lot of issues in the saya. Really happy with how the katana comes. I'm going to get this name wrong. I think it's the Hibana tachi. So this is the first well-done tachi that I've had before. And I have to say, I really like how it's done. It's basically the same size. So this is a 27-inch blade. It was a little snug when I last tried it. It has a lot of sori. So this is a lot of curvature. And once again, this is a monosteel blade. So it's a nice spring temper blade on there. The wrapping is done well. It's all nice and tight. The ito's not going anywhere. It's got a very intricate design on the tsuba that's executed nicely. At these lower price points, sometimes they'll cheap out and the fittings won't be particularly good. I really like the curvature. I haven't had the chance to take it out yet, but it comes razor sharp right out of the box. The bohi is done well. There's no signs of any irregularities on the blade. It's got a yokote in there that I can see. The saya is really, really pretty. Again, it's got the suspension that you would want on the tachi, which is hung like this, so it's suspended edge down, differently than a katana. And again, full marks. This is a really lovely example of a tachi. Tachi can, of course, be really gaudy and really high-end swords, so they can be quite expensive depending on the type you're looking for. If you're looking at a rather inexpensive example, give this one from Romance of Men a buy. Now, we're moving on to the European swords. By their own admission, this is a new area that Romance of Men is going into. I have comments about them. I do think that all of them are good swords. They cut well. I will have comments about them. If you're interested in any of them, definitely pick them up. They all look similar, so they all look like they're made by the same maker, but they have very different handling characteristics. So let me run through them all real quick. Of note, they all come with scabbards and they all come with suspension belts, so I'm not going to comment on that too much. First one up, the Aquilla arming sword. This is a little bit of a long grip for an arming sword. It's a type 16, maybe type 16A, or possibly even a type 14 arming sword. This one's a lot of fun. This is a cool sword. Has just enough grip that if you have smallish hands, you can get 2 hands on there and use it as a bastard sword. But otherwise, it's maneuverable, it's choppy, it's got a really pretty profile. I like how the hilt work is done. I like the embellishments on the pommel. Pick this up if it strikes your fancy, definitely. Next up is the Vanguard. This was originally listed as an arming sword. I discussed it with Henrique, and I think he is renaming this as to either a longsword or a bastard sword. It is really too long in the grip. This one is broad. It's got a type 20 style blade. The balance on it is a little bit slower, but it's still, if you put 2 hands on it, then it comes alive a little bit better in the hand. Nice and sharp. The guard's a little bit on the thicker side. One thing that I would ding it on is this ferrule that it has on the collar. For me in particular, it just chafes the hand a little bit. The stitching also is a little bit coarse on here, but I really like how the two-tone contrast on the pommel works. It is a handy sword. It definitely will cut. Not the most maneuverable longsword, but it's within it's within the historical norms for swords, even if it's a little perhaps overbuilt. Again, if it catches your fancy, I'll endorse it. Not my favorite of the lineup. The Dragon Whisper longsword. This one, I think, to me at least, is the prettiest looking of all of the examples. It comes out well, and this is really light in the hand. Folks who like longswords, who do feather work and who are interested in competition cutting, this one will probably suit you the best. It has some aesthetics that remind me of Lord of the Rings type swords, especially the way this cross and this blade combination are put together. The wire feels real good. The grip feels real good. The sense stopper pommel will feel real good. From a functional standpoint, this sword is just a total win. This is a real easy endorsement. I think it looks great in the scabbard. I think that personally, of the four, this is the best of the bunch. It looks good. It handles great. This one is a real easy one. I think it looks great on the wall. Pretty much full marks as far as I'm concerned. This one's knocking it out of the park. I think it's a whole lot of sword for a real low price. Not perfectly historically accurate, but even if we just drift slightly into the fantasy realm, this is a real awesome longsword. The Lash saber. I think that this one probably stands out even more than the previous longsword. This saber just cuts a really mean-looking silhouette. There's no doubt about it. This doesn't look like pretty much anything else that's out there on the market. If you're interested in a sword like this is the one to pick up. I personally think that it needs a little bit more refining. Both the pommel could be shaped in a little bit more, and the blade has just a little bit too much presence. It is not as clunky as some other makers would make swords like this. There are makers that don't put any distal taper in there. If this were made by Cold Steel, it would be even more blade heavy, and you just wouldn't be able to operate it. So I can just about one-hand this, and it's okay. But because it doesn't have any fuller, and because the edge is so low, the secondary bevel is so low, it has like a Kiraha Zakuri cross-section, it means that it has a lot of presence in the blade. And it's up to the designer as to how they want to do it. But my recommendations would be that we change how this blade geometry is done. Either make it significantly more thin out here, or add fullering to it, and that'll lighten up the blade, and that'll turn this into just a devastating cutter that comes alive in the hand, and then you'll have a really, really neat type of sword that really doesn't exist anywhere else. So, that was a really fast review. Saw 6 swords, all from Romance of Men. Again, these are all in the budget category. If any of them catches your eye, I would definitely investigate them because they look great on the wall, and they handle all quite nicely as well. All right, guys, until next time, take care.